is. Hey, everybody. Welcome to MIKEroaggress'd. I'm going to be one of those horrible people who's going to say, it's my birthday week.
Happy birthday week.
No, it's not. It's my birthday at midnight. My birthday's tomorrow, but I have family plans, so I figured tonight's my birthday. Instead of my birthday being hangover day, it'll just be the actual 420 for all of the potheads out there.
So you're not going for the month, you're just going for the week.
By the way, are those not the most horrible people in the world who say it's my birthday month or it's my the week is bad enough, and then they go, it's my birthday month?
I'm just not a fan of birthdays full stop, but yes, the month is very, very excessive.
Well, before we start complaining about people, allow me to introduce all. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I have like some of my favorite people in the world right here. Everybody, you know her from Deprogrammed, Mrs. Keri fucking Smith.
Ooh, that's my middle name. Don't you forget it.
And you know him from Conservatish, my lawfully wedded bro wife, Mr. Peter Feliciano.
Hello. Although my middle name is also fucking.
Oh, what a quinky dink.
And yeah, the father, the parent ex of my babies, our London lover, Mr. from Woke Screen, Mr. Kieran White.
Who's come like a dollar store Harry Potter this evening, I've realised. So I just thought I'd get that before the comments.
Someone said that in the chat already. Kieran looks like he's inside a room at Hogwarts.
And this is why I don't look at the comments.
I gotta say, I'm sorry, but I'm also getting Rick Astley vibes. I really am.
Never gonna give you up. No, I won't.
It's the jacket, I think, Kieran. I love it, but it's definitely.
I should have just like put a video on now, just rolled a lot of you.
Exactly.
I love how you're the newest of all of us doing this and the fanciest one. By the way, I have to say hello to all of our beautiful friends. Everyone made it. Look at all our beautiful friends in the chat. It's honestly like, I feel like it's just kind of been really the past couple months that I've been doing this regularly. And it's just been like the greatest thing ever to have all our friends here and get to hang out with these amazing, beautiful people every week. Leah, Lime Lady, Robert, Chris, even with your horrible food taste, Jeremy, Tina, Caleb, Fealty. I don't want to miss anyone. Am I forgetting anyone? I hope not. I'm sorry if we are. Also, by the way, parentheses, allow me to start by saying, as everyone knows, I am an aspiring grifter. This is my year of going full-on grifter. So send us your super chats. We have channel memberships now. Subscribe to my stuff on Locals, wherever. We're doing movie nights. Monday is our first like regular weekly movie night. And I have channel memberships now. And I have got my very first member from somebody that I love dearly. Thank you, John Forge, for being my first member of my YouTube channel. Yay. I am a member.
I just wanted to point out that Caleb H says, Mikey, you look pretty good for turning 53 tomorrow. And hey, and I think, no, that's actually my strategy. You always age yourself up. That way people are like, wow, she looks great for 62. You know.
I was gonna say Mike is on his transition into wine mom. He's getting that's how I could see him. We're going wild. They're playing in the Escalade on the way to the Applebee's. They're playing again, you know, let's get it started. Huh? Let's get it started.
Yeah, if you can believe it, by the way, I am sober. I've not started drinking. By the way, I should mention it's 420, and am I wrong? I feel like none of us smoke the weed here.
No.
I mean, I have in my life, but not anymore.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm not that into it.
You ever smoked pot out of a Tecate can there, Keri?
No, I can't say that I have.
What is that?
Tecate is a beer. That was it was I've smoked hemp out of computer paper. I've smoked pot out of an apple before.
Oh, an apple, yes.
Okay, there you go. I knew there was like a little bit.
Does that taste appley?
No, it tastes like pot.
I think
So why the apple if it doesn't taste
it's
like
a
apple?
college thing to do.
It's like Apple
don't have
Jacks. It
anything
doesn't
else.
taste like apple.
Volcanicus Rex, OMG.
Aw, my beloved, beautiful trucker. He is he's like a trucker who does videos of him like doing pull-ups in his truck. I'm like, I aspire to that level of badassery. Happy birthday, Filthy Pup. Aw, I love you. Thank you, dude. I am apparently, I don't know if anybody is horoscopy. I'm not really, but yeah, I'm also hi Marociala. I'm the first day of Taurus, so apparently that makes me like inter-horoscopy.
Okay. You're transcope.
I'm transcope. Also, hi Duke, hi Thin White Axe. We got all the friends here. Yeah, apparently we're like a lame group of people to spend 420 with.
Oh, that's why you're asking that pot. Right. Yeah, I'm so lame. I didn't even remember.
I only know because it's always the day before my birthday.
Right. Okay.
I feel like when I have a couple times and like I go crazy.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
And
every time like you have, here's what I love. One of the many things I love about Michael W. Harlow. You could be such a slut, but you're not. You could be such a dirtbag, but you're not. Like there's so much, like your personality is like, I'm over the top, blah, blah, blah. And then when it comes to it, you're like knitting. You know what I mean? Like you're like almost there. Which I love that. I love that you're authentic. It's not.
So you're telling people I was just like boring.
No, not boring. No. Just, wine momish. That's all. Just like, you have a good head on your shoulders.
Robert, Larry, thank you so much. We met him in Florida, right?
Yeah, and he's actually been to all 3 of our house concerts here in Texas. And he's amazing. He comes out and does videography and photos for us. And I hope we get to see him again. We're doing another one in May. So
I want to come to it. Have you been to any yet, Peter?
Yeah, I went to that one. No, well, that was Thanksgiving. That was a private.
He didn't come to a house concert. He came to like our family Thanksgiving. And then they jammed out. He did the Rooster with my husband on piano.
What's the Rooster?
It's an Alice in Chains song. We did also Purple Rain. We did Careless Whisper. I gotta say, Anthony's one of the most fucking talented motherfuckers I've seen in a hot minute, dude. He is incredibly good on piano, on guitar, and everything. He's just got a mind for that. I definitely want to get him on a song at some point. I think we should work together.
I will tell him you said that. Well, we had so much fun with you here. And then there were a couple of other musicians that were here for dinner that night, Thanksgiving dinner. So it was just, they all got at their instruments and jammed. It was so much fun. And then my housemate, Tina, and I, we just kind of, because we don't play. I had my banana shaker. That's it. We were just dancing.
I actually was just, because I used to sing in bands and stuff. I was just cleaning out my house and found my guitar that I haven't played in forever. So maybe we should start a band. Why isn't there
any video of that?
What?
Why isn't there any video of that?
There is. I just okay, so there's video out there of me playing a show when I had pneumonia. Because I caught pneumonia and had a show, and I was like, fuck it, I'm still going to do it. And that was a mistake, because you could just listen to, Alley Cats, and it would be more sonically pleasing. But, 421. That's, Robert, you're the best.
Robert's also been commenting on my stuff. Hi, Robert. Thank you so much for supporting.
Robert is really kind.
Chris. Mikey is an honest-to-goodness conservative man who just happens to be of the homosexual orientation. We love him for it. That's so crazy, because I never call myself conservative, so I think it's funny that that's how far society has fallen, that
you're a conservative. It's true.
I'm the conservative man.
I thought you were about to say I never call myself a homosexual.
I don't need to. Other people do it for me. Speaking of homosexuals, that should just play at the beginning of every show, me saying that. So I haven't had a chance to read this yet. So I'm hoping it's as crazy as it sounds. I saw this right before we went on. Someone sent it to me and they said it's really nuts. We got to read it. So I love the cringy queers. So this is apparently an article. One second. Oh wait, also Kieran said, parentheses. Kieran said this is us on 420. He posted that?
Oh yeah. Isn't that a great picture?
Wait, he really did that?
Yeah.
Oh God.
It's Twitter.
I think there's a better one in the comments. Someone photoshopped another one, and
This guy.
He doesn't even look
get.
like normally for a pot smoker. You got to be at least a little happy. Look at his face. He looks angry. It's 420 somewhere. God damn it.
Peter, you would be a great him. You should make a video where you play him.
Yes.
I think when I had no facial hair, people also said I look like Sam. What is his name? Sam, the luggage thief.
They know no rider.
Oh, Sam Brenton.
Yeah.
No rider. That's weird.
Beautiful.
By the way, parentheses, just because she just popped in, I just wanted to say, hi, Tony, we love you. I'm sorry you're sick, but hope you feel better soon. We love you.
Feel better.
So let me get to the insufferable homos, queers, whatever. We got to find out what they are. How will we live if we don't know how they identify? I'm straight and my queer best friend ended our friendship with no explanation. I realized that sometimes being an ally isn't enough.
I really hope it's not that bad. Let's read it a little bit. Let's scam. But these motherfuckers are the worst people in the world, I swear to God.
So I know. So I think it's not like you would see the first sentence and think that it's some sort of thing about like, you know, like Keri would talk about of us like understanding each other and having discussions with people you disagree with. Oh no, I think this person is like self-flagellating.
Right.
Let's see.
Let's find out. All right. When my best friend, a queer black man, all right, capital letters.
Can I also, the capitalization of B bothers me. And also queer, not gay. Right. So already that's not a thing. Right. So let's continue though.
Yeah, those are the things that piss me off because it's those supposed little things like capitalizing that we just let go by. And then they accumulate, whether it's that or whether it's the they, thems or all that shit. Anyway, though,
I've noticed. Sorry. I was just saying I've noticed that my automatic predictive text does not capitalize white, but does capitalize black when you're talking about someone.
You know why that is?
Because everyone who works at Apple is a stupid white liberal.
Yes. But also, so I was looking into this a little while ago, and obviously you get like the style guides, and the style guides are what kind of dictate the style that you're meant to write in different publications and stuff like that. And they released, I think it was during sort of 2020, that B was always going to be capitalized because it's the identity. It's the black identity. That's why it's capitalized. So it's an actual, what I call an ideological container word. It's black, but it's not black. So it's actually just a shared identity. It's like encoded with so much more meaning. And that's how writers, this is why you see it coming up on here, because they are dictated by usually sort of AP style guides.
Now, style guide, is that the type of ESG type of thing where the company won't get, the shareholders all subscribe to this thing, and unless you stick to the style guide, you don't get money, you don't get, what is it?
No, so a style guide, I think it's over on my shelf somewhere. Yeah. So the AP style guide is like industry standard, like every publication has a style guide. And that will
grammar and stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, it'll have things like, do you write the word dollar, or do you put the dollar symbol? Do you hyphenate words, or it's what it says on the tin, a style guide. There's even, I wrote about this a little while ago, there's a trans style guide. So if you're writing about trans topics, it's how writers and journalists are meant to write about those things. But it also tells you, what words you cannot use or what words you can use in replacement, whether you capitalize certain words over the other. And most freelancers will go off AP style. So it's kind of like the industry standard. So when you see a lot of this stuff pop up, when the word black is capitalized, it is there to kind of indicate and nod to a collective identity, or as what Thomas Sowell would call the authentic black. So it's like that whole kind of prescribed thing. But they don't do it with white, and they made this quite clear in a press release. They don't do it white because otherwise it is basically saying that white has an identity that black doesn't, and other things like that. So that's the reason why they put that in there. But that's a long little spiel, but that's exactly why it happens.
So it's basically the queer of race.
Yeah, and I mean, queer is intentional, right? That's an ideological term rather than, gay or anything like that. It's a nod to their intent. As soon as you see something and scan it and pick up those words, you know that there's an ideological reasoning that they're putting this out there.
But if they don't follow that style guide, I'm assuming that there's a connection between following that style guide and some sort of consequence without doing it. Is there, or really it's just the editor-in-chief way back, or the CEO founder says, right, we're going to do this, and that's the way it is?
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, when I used to work for publications, we used to have our, our in-house style guide. And there's so many, and this is why I get a little bit tetchy when people say, oh, it's just the journalist. It's not, because when the journalist writes a story, it has to go through so many chain of command that most people, when they're reading it, don't understand. So you'll have a writer that has to go and get subbed, or, go to an editor and everything like that. Then it has to go and get proofed and within that process. And that's usually when the style guide kicks in. If a writer's good, it won't need editing too much. But usually that's when the editor will come in and make sure it adheres to that style guide. But it's not really that they get punished as such, but it's just it's like brand colors, right? House style and things like that. So it just keeps it within, like the BBC has their own style guide. The Guardian over here has their own style guide, but usually the one size that fits all, if you're a freelancer, I mean, it's why I've got it on the shelf here. It's the AP style, and it gets updated. And there's actually, they've got a Twitter account, and once in a while it go viral because they go and explain to some lengths why they're saying this over this. And it's like, it goes on a really crazy tangent sometimes.
I think that's why a lot of people were saying buy physical copies of books, of media, because otherwise these digital copies, they're going to keep slipping all of this stuff in.
Yeah, it's newspeak.
By the way, parentheses, I want to say thank you so much, John Forge. You're my member, baby. You're my member. I have a member. Thank you so much for being my member, my first member. I love you, baby. Oh, he's green too in the chat. Yeah, I think when you become a member, you get like a special color, which is very exciting. So become channel members and send us your super chats. Shall we find out what these insufferable people are up to? What boring, basic ass story?
Yes, let's keep going.
I haven't been looking because I hope in the chat don't read ahead spoilers. I should have taken spoilers off the screen. Anyway, when my best friend, a queer black man, ended his friendship with me, a straight black woman. I wonder where each of those would rank. Because black woman outranks
something as well.
Right.
Where does that go?
There's a link. They're underlined. Well, let's find out what black man means. You fucking turds. God.
What? Is this? So that was the queer black man. It says, I met my husband on reality TV. Here, wait, I guess I'll just click on it here. So is this the queer black man and she's just airing all the dirty laundry?
No, I tell stories about news stories connected to black man or black woman or
it's building the SEO and everything in the thing, but usually you go down quite a rabbit hole when you click on those links.
What is a soft black love story?
I don't know, and I don't want to.
Sounds like a very unfulfilling love story, if you ask me.
That's that couple that met on Perfect Match.
Weird.
Never
I don't
mind.
know why. So yeah, it's taken us this far to get through one sentence. When my best friend, a queer black man, ended his friendship with me, a straight black woman, I was devastated. I didn't think I would get over the hurt of losing someone so close to me. I agonized over our breakup and ruminated on what could have gone wrong. Then 2 drag queens from RuPaul's Drag Race gave me the closure I needed to finally heal. Oh, you know, that's going to mean they educated her. They educated her. My best friend and I met 15 years ago in law school. When I walked onto the law school campus, Adam stood out to me. He was impeccably dressed in a... So this bitch is a fag hag writing this, I think, right? This don't sound like no fruit fly.
Right.
To my delight, he walked over and complimented my style. Fag hag. She liked being complimented.
Yeah, and then look, she says right after that, she was obsessed with queer culture. Why? Like,
wait, where? We had the same interests and personalities. I was obsessed with queer culture and served as a substitute for him for the primarily white queer community at school. What? I often corrected Adam's spelling of grinder. Nope. Okay, she just gave herself away. She's making it up. I don't buy any of this. No gay man misspells grinder. Chat, back me up. Gays in the chat, back me up on this. Right?
I don't know.
I ain't buying that.
Tony says this whole podcast is ASMR. I like that. Hi, Tony. Hi, baby. We're going to talk about queer culture now. Yeah.
I've got a sexy voice preset on here that I'll kick in if you stick around to the end.
I just love it when somebody says that they're so immersed in this culture that's not their own, and but the thing about the woke is they only allow that for certain things. Like they will allow a Black woman to say that about gay culture or queer culture, whatever that, you know, I'm so into queer culture that my gay friend said I'm gayer than him. But if a white person were like, I'm so into Black culture, like my Black friend was like, you're blacker than me. You know what I mean? Like there are certain identities for which they won't allow you to do where they get kind of like, no, you can't do that. You're fetishizing, or you're obsessing over, you know.
Also, what happened to cultural appropriation?
Exactly.
And I think one of the worst parts is that it's implementing and enforcing the monolith idea. You know what I mean? I posted this video a couple months ago. It's going viral at the moment. It was a list of me saying Black people are not actually Democrats. And I've gotten a shit ton of Black followers and a shit ton of Black likes and a shit ton of Black comments. And then some angry ones. But it enforced my point at the end of the video, which is that Black people are not a monolith. There's 41 million Black people.
Yeah.
41 fucking million. That's 41 million different experiences, 41 million different perceptions of those experiences, reactions to those perceptions. And the idea that Black culture or queer culture is a thing is fucking insane and condescending as shit. Because I know some gay motherfuckers who are wonderful. And I know some gay motherfuckers who are pieces of shit, man. I know some gay motherfuckers who believe deep, hardcore conservative stuff. And I know some gay people who are dirtbag liberals. Like this is not one culture.
No.
You know,
Also,
there's some antique gays and there's some, you know, Broadway gays and there's some, you know, Kylie Minogue gays, you know what I mean?
And there's also those the types of gays who drag their straight besties to go see Cats and Rent.
Yes, exactly.
What was I going to say? No, but I think you're illustrating perfectly why. I don't want to make it sound like this is by any means majority of people, but there's definitely a very vocal minority, mostly on Twitter, of people on the right who kind of are bitter that the right conservatives shouldn't bother with Black people, shouldn't bother with gay people, and you're proving exactly why that's insane.
Right. Well, and
you know,
and
I mean, I've done the math. If you look at just those population sizes per capita, it's enough to swing elections a million times over.
You think they're just focusing on getting votes, let alone, you know, cutting out votes altogether before you've even got them.
Yep.
You know?
Right. And what I'm doing with that video and with, you know, shit like this, where we're dissecting this, is I think it's important to use identity politics to kill identity politics, similar to what I was talking about last time, because it's the only language that they speak. And if you use, it's easier to point out, yes, it's hypocrisy, blah, 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 but you can't really point out the hypocrisy like, wait, but you said what, you know, cops are white supremacists as an example, and yet you also want to disarm Black people, thereby making the cops the only people who have the monopoly on violence. This is not what makes sense. So you use that identity politics for the end goal of making us all equal. You're saying, Mike, correctly, that too many conservatives are like, yeah, but we don't need to reach out to those people because that's identity politics. Well, yeah, I understand that. But how are you going to kill the beast by just sitting back and playing nice? You know what I mean? And defending your, I'm not a racist. I'm not a racist. You know, it's not working.
Also, how about do it because it's the right thing? Because Democrats have destroyed so many different groups of people for so many years. Don't even do it because it's the right thing. Do it because you're in your own electoral interests. It's just so myopic. By the way, thank you so much, my beautiful member John, for the super chat. This is an example of if you're not fully with them. Remember what they did to Jeffree Star when he said they, them pronouns are stupid. Yup. Shall we keep reading? Adam, blah, blah, blah. During the pandemic, Adam stopped talking to me, and I was devastated. At first, I thought nothing of not hearing from Adam. By the way, I was going to say, this bitch, he was placating her so hard. She was an overbearing fat gag, and he was like, oh, yeah, please tell me how to spell Grindr. Oh, yeah, tell me who that pop star is. He was just like, yeah, okay, whatever. And finally, when people were trapped inside and had nothing to do, he got sick of hearing from the bitch. But she's going to make it like a big cultural issue now. Watch.
Can I also interject here too? I'm obsessed with queer culture. This is a great point that Scott Thompson made a couple of years ago, that LGBT and all these acronyms and all this queer culture shit is taking, everybody cover your ears, is taking the cock sucking out of being gay, right? You're taking the muff diving out of being a lesbian. The whole point is that you enjoy sex with the same gender, right? You enjoy your same sex, right? But to take sex out of it sanitizes it, and then it becomes, oh, I'm really into pink, or just like women. I wear lipstick, so that means I'm a woman. It reduces and bastardizes what the identity is, when in reality it's actually just sex. It's sex. That's what it is.
Or love.
You know what I'm saying.
He's like, shut up, don't be a fag. At first, I thought nothing of not hearing from Adam while he was isolated in Los Angeles and I isolated in New York City. What a shock. Those were the two places. But when the world started opening up, and you know she probably means like 3 years later that they stayed home, I texted to check in on him. He never answered. I followed up with calls. Jesus, bitch, take a hint. I followed up with calls. No response there either. I sent him emails and got no answer. Adam wasn't on social media. Yeah, he was busy on Grindr probably. So I Googled him to make sure he was okay. I learned he was alive and well, and he moved to San Francisco.
He changed his name.
I found out he had a restraining order against me. At this point, I decided to take the matter seriously and make the trip up north. Like, this lady's like, you will not give up, you know?
In fact, I would even say that writing this article, a piece of her, besides just being, look at how much I've won, I'm woke I am, she's also hoping that Adam
sees it. Yeah. Hey, Adam, did you see my piece in the Insider? What is
I
this
care
called?
about you. Look at what I've learned.
Well, that's the other thing. This is an op-ed as well, so I don't think she's even a staff writer. So she must pitch this.
No, by the way, they published this like 10 different places. It was on Yahoo. It was a million different places. Also, by the way, parentheses, happy birthday, Zara.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Hope you're
Happy
having a
birthday,
great
Zara.
one.
In
My
ASMR.
almost
Yes.
birthday buddy.
Oh, Zara.
Hi, Therese. Hi, Trina. I meant to say that earlier. Glad you guys are here. Let's continue with these insufferable people. I guarantee you,
I can't
all in there.
I can't stand the next sub headline. This is
Oh wait, I'm not reading that spoiler.
Keep going.
I was heartbroken. A few months later, I texted him on his birthday. Hey, happy birthday. Our birthdays were a few days apart, and we always sent each other well wishes, blah, blah, blah. When I didn't get a text back, I knew our friendship. That's when you knew. To cope, I became obsessed with the RuPaul's Drag Race alumni. Not even the show. Bob the Drag Queen and Monet Exchange. Oh, that's got to be a super woke drag queen.
Yeah, Bob the Drag Queen is one of the worst. Bob the Drag
Is
Queen
it?
is one of the wokest. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now he came out with a great song, Purse. What was it? Purse First? I think back in like 2015, 2016.
They sing?
Well, no, it was more of like a rap. It was great. Ooh, but we'll talk about her in a second. But it was a good song. But yeah, no, I've heard whispers on the wind of just like, look at Bob the Drag Queen being the most hero of heroes and a hero and a hero.
This is hilarious, by the way, from Tina. Is this going to end with Adam could not be reached for comments?
Yes.
We texted him 42 times.
We reached
Liz,
out for comment.
thank you so much for becoming a member. I have 2 members now. It's like that guy. Have you ever seen the pictures of the guy who had 2 cocks? It was
What's
the
that?
thing.
What's that mean?
These are better members, though.
No, Lizzie and John might have 2 cocks. You never know.
They are amazing. Okay, so I needed to take my mind off Adam. No, you bitch, you need a man, you need a boyfriend, you go get laid, like Adam gives a shit about Adam. He's gay, he's not gonna sleep with you, honey.
But
This
why
isn't
would a
convincing
man
me.
spend time with her? That's exact her whole vibe is
And obsessive. Like, look at the words she uses. She was obsessed with queer culture. She's clearly obsessed with her friend Adam, who's trying his damnedest to ghost her out of his life, and she's tracking him down across the country. Now she's obsessed with these drag queens she doesn't know. She's
she
used
give
the
him a
word
deadline?
twice. Huh?
Did she give him a deadline of how long he hadn't?
How many days might that have been, Kieran?
I don't know. But yeah, I mean, this whole thing, like the fact that she was trying to, move on and not think about this doesn't convince me it works somehow.
We'll find out.
I don't know
Also,
why, but
oh my gosh, Maro Ciala, thank you. I have 3 members. Thank you. Also, hey DeVille. I need to take my mind off Adam. I discovered RuPaul's Drag Race and binged 13 seasons in 3 weeks. Who has that kind of time?
Journalists.
Drag Race introduced me to the contestants and best friends Bob the Drag Queen and Monet. I feel like if your name is Bob, you're not putting much effort into being a drag queen. I'm just assuming here.
I will defend him on that. I think that's kind of, since every other drag name is like legit and some sort of tongue in cheek or whatever. He decided, fuck it, I'm going this way, and I think it's a good drag name personally.
All right. I became obsessed. She's obsessed again with Bob and Monet. I never missed an episode of their Oh, great, they have a podcast, just what the world needs.
And she says she stalked them.
I stalked them on social media and bought front row tickets when they resumed doing live shows. While I'd always loved queer culture, my fanaticism reached a new level. Sorry, it's clicked off. One day it hit me why. They replaced the intimacy I lost when Adam left. It is not intimacy, everybody. This is the difference between a fag hag and a fruit fly. Somebody like Keri is a fruit fly because she is so amazing.
Okay.
She's so amazing and open and real that all kinds of people gravitate towards her. A fag hag uses the gay guy as like a replacement, boyfriend replacement, sex replacement.
Yes, Bob and Monet were a fucking replacement for the intimacy she lost with Adam. And what was Adam a replacement for, bitch? What was Adam a replacement for? Get a life. Get a life.
Their friendship, which shined through every piece. First of all, their friendship, at this point in the story, she's just following them up to go to their shows. What their friendship? shine through every piece of, oh, I guess theirs with each other. Reminded me of Adam. He was the combination of Monet's cool and relatability and Bob's worldliness and eccentricity. Bob and Monet bantered like Adam and I did over our passionate,
Oh my gosh.
totally parasocial Batman.
She doesn't have any friends. This
She
I'll
woman.
won't
never
after
know
everyone
why
walks
Adam
through.
broke it off.
She doesn't have any
Oh, now
friends.
we're going to get woke, I think. But I realized that over the years, Adam's friend group had changed. He probably got a boyfriend. I'll bet that's what happened. And I was the straight outlier.
Wouldn't it be funny if Adam became like a MAGA conservative black gay guy? At the end of the article, she was like, and it changed for the worse.
Well,
No, like,
I think those types of gays, I think homocons like don't suffer fools like this, you know?
right.
And they
Also,
don't
that's the
move
way
to
to
San
get rid.
Francisco.
If you have a clingy friend who's obsessed with you and suffocates you and says she's your fag hag or whatever, and you're trying to ghost her and she won't let you, and let's say she's super woke, just put on a MAGA hat. Like, just show up with the MAGA hat. It's like a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode. He starts wearing the MAGA hat so that people that he doesn't want to have brunch with won't bother him for brunch.
I did that once, by the way. I had a bad date. I had a bad date with somebody, but I could tell that he liked me, which just makes me feel guilty. And I left my headphones in his car, so I had to go get them. So I wore my MAGA hat to go get them. Never heard from him again.
I love it.
I'll probably never find out why Adam broke what do you mean broke things off? He ain't your man. But I know he'd always wanted to be around queer people. He lived in LA. It's not like, you know, in a Washington Post column, Damon Young summed up what I suspect happened between Adam and me. Sometimes friendships are cleared and refreshed so that a person can spend more time with newer, better for them friends. Oh, he spent time better. People were better for him. Oh, here we go.
Look at this.
Asa. Whenever somebody says Asa, you know some bullshit's about to come out of their mouth. As a black person, I understand the need to be with your community very well. I don't have or want any white friends.
Racist. They
What a-
published this essay from a racist.
Wait, what? Read the next sentence. I don't have or want any white friends. While I balked at my white husband,
Taking
he
offense.
hasn't been laid since the 90s.
I'll give you some insight as well. This black chick, nobody black likes her. Understand this. There's
Correct.
always got to be a third part to it, i.e., you're also in the cult. You're also in the Marxist cult. Then you can be friends with her. But do you think this bitch is any fun at a cookout? Do you think this chick goes to church or the barbershop or what? And I know I'm stereotyping black culture. Suck it up. I'm right. Do you think there may be 41 million, but there's a couple of, overlap. I'm not talking about the white people at Eddie Bauer or whatever the fuck. But what I'm saying is nobody black wants to, if she does go to one of those cookouts or friendly hangout with a bunch of black people, she hangs out with the kids like playing video games. She wears a dashiki to the fucking barbecue.
Yes.
She's no fun.
Yes.
Nobody likes her. And that's why this is an extension of that.
Yep.
Oh, you're so right.
She has a white husband who I guarantee you is a beta and like a little mousy, takes orders from her kind of sub. I guarantee you that's the kind of husband she has. And somebody, honestly, who has no self-respect, because you'd have to feel that way to be married to a racist who says, I don't have or want any friends of your race. Ever.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
I guarantee also this woman is at least 250 pounds.
No.
And he is either red-haired or he's got like a pocket protector. He probably wears shirts. Everybody, cover your ears. He probably wears shirts that like have like Star Wars on it. Not like Star Wars Forge. He's cool, but but I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he wears anime shit. He's not a socially what's the opposite of
Hawaiian
inept?
shirts, I bet.
Yeah, something like that. He's that kind of guy. You know what I mean?
I bet he looks like a little bladder. Like, have you ever seen a bladder outside the body? He just looks like a little, like, probably walks like this.
Like, you remember those toys you would get in the quarter machine outside of the grocery store? You know what I mean? Those little, that's what he looks like.
Wait, so white husband taking offense at not being involved. She doesn't invite him to shit. Well, I balked at my white husband taking offense at not being invited to black events. I couldn't see that Adam needed his own community too. One that didn't involve me. We all need a community that don't involve you, bitch. Holy shit. Is that, she have you ever seen the Addams Family when she's reading The Cat in the Hat and she turns the page and she's like, oh, he lives. That's how I feel scrolling down. I was upset when Adam went to queer events without me. But while I tried to be an ally of queer people, I am not queer. Being an advocate or ally. Oh, this is the prototype of these bitches who call themselves allies. For the queer community doesn't make me a member of the community, no matter how much I love watching Drag Race and Pose, throwing shade and spilling tea.
Ugh.
This lady, by the way,
2013.
this lady says she gave up law to become a writer. And if you go to her website, you know what she specializes in writing? Crap. Absolute crap like this. She's not a picture. I did find one here. I'll send it to you. This website though, look, she has like 3 essays about her first celebrity crush being Justin Timberlake. These are the pressing issues of the day, the thoughts and the deep thoughts and the meaningful things that she's contributing to the dialogue as a journalist, as a
why can't
writer.
I find her ugly face?
Here,
That's
I'll
what
send
I
it
want.
to you.
Thank you. Well, no, I see the website.
There we go. Wait.
I'm trying to.
Here, I got you. Ophelia Brooks.
Yes.
We're googling this ugly bitch. This is a live stream after my
Wait, she's Black and Latina.
Is she Latinx?
Yes.
Where is she?
No, she doesn't. There's no picture on it. We got to Google her.
I sent you a link.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
I'm a Black Latine.
Latine.
Really?
That's the new thing. Did you see that? She's Latine.
Latine.
Oh, is that it? Latine.
I don't know how to say it with the E. That's the new one. Okay.
All right.
I remember the first time I ever heard somebody say the word Latinx out loud. It was some video on Twitter or something of this guy having a meltdown, and he was like, "Do you doubt that I'm Latinx?" So I always thought it was Latinx.
Latinx is funnier.
That's
That's why I say it that way.
Where's
funny.
the photo?
I can't believe that's her. Not that she's cute.
That's kind of what I was. First of all, black woman, bitch is barely khaki.
Right.
She is barely khaki.
Look at her Twitter though. She's got, woo, this touched my spirit.
Oh, is this her Twitter?
Oh God, what a gross person.
She, her.
Forget Ophelia. I'm trying to do a welfare check on this Adam chap. Do we know his?
Yeah, I want to hear his side of the story.
Yeah, I was reading that and having PTSD come back. Me
too.
I related.
Yes. Adam's essay would probably be like,
I might compare notes.
Yeah, his essay would probably be like, in college, I met a crazy woman. And this is my story of being stalked and having to move across the country And you know what I mean? Like his story would be totally different.
It'll be interviewed with just like one of those shots with just like, you know, the black silhouette. He'll have his voice changed. And
We
he'll
found,
have, you know, my
right,
name.
and by the way, look at her. She's the only person who's watching the WNBA. God bless her. Good for her.
Oh, is she watching? She's doing her part. She's doing the
But
work.
she probably
Peter.
supports having men in it. Somebody in the chat mentioned, where was it? Somebody mentioned slam poetry. That's funny. So I was actually thinking the other day, and I feel like I can talk openly about this because, like, you know, those woke bitches ain't gonna watch 2 seconds of anything any less is on. So I feel like I can speak openly and then still do the things I want to and still get away with it. So 2 things. One, I really want to start a TikTok account, trans, looking exactly the same, but saying I'm trans now and seeing how long it'll take until they notice.
I like that idea.
You should do one and A/B test it. You should just do, you know, non-trans and trans, do the exact same content and just see which one takes off for you.
Yes.
Also, I wanted to go do have a trans alter ego and go do slam poetry as my trans alter ego. I got dragged to slam poetry once, and this was maybe 10 years ago or more, like before woke was a thing. But like, those people are insane. And like my friend that I was with was going to read something, so they sat us on the stage. So we're sitting like right next to these people reading, and this one woman gets on stage and opens her mouth, and she's like, "My life in 17 parts," and she went 1, 2, 3, and I just heard she was like 7. Uncle Larry was buried with 9 toes. He had the diabetes.
It sounds like a comedy, bit though.
No, they've never laughed in their life. These people, they were stone faced.
Can I also say, as a former member or visitor this is what I always say about like the kink culture. I know everybody, you know, you're a demure person, Michael. I understand, but as a former visitor, I would go there and be like, why am I the hottest person here? And part of it is because it's not BDSM, it's BD and DSM. It's an extension. Once the virus of, like, remember from the Matrix, they move from one, you know, they take up all the resources and then they leave. The kink culture was taken over by Dungeons and Dragons crowd, by the Renaissance Fair people, right? Keri knows what I'm talking about.
Yes.
You know,
and
I get to dress up in these, you know, beads and make believe it's, you know, 1273. And then they took up all those resources and couldn't bully anybody else. And so they moved like a hive over to the kink culture and ruined that. Therefore, they moved over to the burlesque culture and ruined that. Moved over to slam poetry, ruined that. Moved over. They're looking
the Harley
for
motorcycle. I went to a few years ago. Yeah, I went to it was like a swingers party. This was in 2016 maybe, and it was all obese Harley Davidson couples.
I could never go to one. I would be afraid.
Like, and I'm not just, I mean, obese. I don't just mean out of shape. And I feel like, you know, I should have interviewed people there. That would have been interesting. This is before I started podcasting though. This is before I was like figuring things out for myself. And, but it was really funny because there was this huge crossover there between, Ren Fair people and the very large, Harley Davidson people and the kink, like the swinger people. They're all in that kind of, you know, fantasy world.
And also it's that thing that you know Ophelia was talking about in her Please Love Me, Adam thing, is she lacks intimacy. Now, I'm all for self-love. I'm not saying let's rag on people who are overweight.
Oh God, I just got here and you're a man of obese swingers.
Welcome, Lindsay.
Welcome to my program.
But like, it's the lack of intimacy that creates that need for a separate world. I've been there before I got sober. I was absolutely that guy. I wanted to be anywhere but fucking here. And
Yeah.
my self-hatred manifested in being unbewithable, right? Because
Yes.
anybody who was around me, I would just neurotically glom onto them and just suck the energy right out of them, regardless, or money, regardless of what I needed from them. I was a taker. These people do the same thing. They move, and instead of learning to, oh, I'm going to be okay with myself, now they get to not just be a part of a group, but also be a part of a hierarchy. I get to bully people, and as
Yeah.
long as I say that as long as I get to bully people and it's Marxist, then I'm a hero. Yay!
When did you get
know what?
sober, Peter?
I was 15, and so in 2001,
Wow. Okay.
or no, 2002. Sorry, 2002.
You got sober early.
Well, right on time, technically, but
Yeah.
yes.
Good job. A lot of people don't until 50. But what I was going to say, I guarantee you one that I'm certain they've taken over is Rocky Horror.
Oh yeah.
Because I was going to go for my birthday. I was thinking maybe of getting some friends together and going to see Rocky Horror because I love Rocky Horror so much. I always have my whole life. Haven't gone to see it in years. It's got to be all woke now. Even though the creator of it is against this shit, has spoken out against the they, thems and all that. Mm-hmm.
Really? That's beautiful.
But I guarantee you, so I was just reading an article today about, because of the Florida law, they did an extension of the don't say gay law involving children. And of course they have to lie, and they're like, this will ban Rocky Horror in Florida. And I looked it up. I'm like, there are like 27 performances of it in Florida just this weekend alone. Like, I'm like, it's about children. What is so difficult to understand?
It's purposeful. They do, the ones who are pushing the propaganda, they know it's about kids. But the ones who are consuming the propaganda, they're not really looking at it. Like they just trust the media. They trust the world they're in. So I've had well-meaning, intelligent people that I know say things like, oh, they're banning drag queens in Tennessee. It's like, no, they're not. No, they're not. Oh, they're not? But I thought I saw something that said they're banning. Yeah, I'm sure you did. That's what they want you to think. That's not what's happening.
This guy who made a video about that saying, oh, they're banning Rocky Horror or whatever, and he was doing it the same bill about children. And he's like, the same thing could happen if there were a production of Hair. I'm like, Hair is a musical that's all about drugs featuring fully naked people. Why would you be bringing children to see Hair?
Yeah.
And by the way, Hair is anti-war, and therefore it no longer fits into the woke agenda, because war is good, right? As long as you're supporting Ukraine. That's what the left is now. It's pro-war.
Oh, Crash Mondo is here. Dude, thank you so much. That's so nice of you. You're awesome. Also, hello to the beautiful poetry painter. Peter, this is something I want to bring up because Keri and I were on Nina Infinity show last night. We were talking about this. They have to be hyper public about it. They can never enjoy kink and keep it between them and their partner. So I feel like you're a bit different than us, and you say you like all this shit, but not the way it is now, right? I feel like people who are into that want it like in alone time, not like, walking down 7th Avenue.
Right. Well, I stopped going to this scene, as they call it, a long time ago. I was in San Francisco still, so it must have been 2017, 2018. I was trying to find people, women who were equally, down. But then I started realizing that what I get from individual connections is enough, and I usually find what I'm looking for anyway. But that's just me personally. I think, I remember going a few times, and they were like, oh, we're going to do a party. And it's like, okay, cool. And there's a theme. Why does there have to be a theme? You just want to get together and spank people. Why do I have to go to a fucking theme? The theme was, I remember one of them was, the theme was The Great Gatsby.
Because they have to make it seem classy. That's why you need the theme. They're like, hey, we're getting together and doing dirty, filthy things to try and fill our empty souls. And it's the Great Gatsby thing. So
They're too boring to like do anything on their own without being told.
Right, and not only that, but years ago, I remember I saw it happening where they would like, everything needs to be safe, sane, and consensual. Now, this may be off topic from what we're talking about. I might be, people disagree with me, but I'm talking about specifically the words safe, sane, and consensual. Consensual, of course, nobody wants it. Like nobody goes to a fucking, like, it's a very small percentage of people in this world who actually want to rape. Okay, just to be clear. But like to have like a contract, you know what I mean? Because that's really what the extension of consensual means. And sane, who says what is sane? I know people who, I think even Mikey would probably say that choking someone is not sane, right?
No, I agree. But God bless if that makes you and whomever happy, God bless.
Right, but do you know what I mean? Like at a certain point, even the same thing, let's talk about it in a non-sexual way. There was there's a venue in Oakland, a legendary punk venue, all ages. I think it's called
Gilman Street?
Yeah, Gilman. And initially, they have these things on the front of the wall, and you can even Google it, I'm sure. These things on the front, as you enter, no homophobia, no racism, no whatever. But then they had to add other stencils, no transphobia, and no white supremacy, and no that, and like they just look at all these rules, because that's punk, you guys, is rules, right? That's kink, is rules. Fucking boring.
Parentheses, by the way, Liz has been in and out. Of course, I have said hello to you, my beloved. I have not gone on any park dates because of you. Liz is like the park date killer. She hates when I go on park dates, and there's nobody good to go on park dates with. So, Poetry Painter, thank you so much. That's very generous. I do not know if this is enough to pay for a New York birthday sandwich to go with your drink, but happy birthday. You guys are the best. And John Forge, we're going to catch up Monday. You guys should come if you would like. We're doing movie night with my local /Patreon members, subscribers. We're going to watch Karen.
Woohoo!
I've been waiting for you guys to watch it. So I'm going in blind. It's a horror movie, probably horrific for some interesting reasons, about an evil white woman being evil and white.
Woohoo! That sounds fun.
Oh,
so Kieran, how many people have you been spanking recently?
I've lost count. Since
Just me.
Down since Vietnam, of course. It's a bit, bit quiet out here in the boonies, but my hand's a bit tender. But yeah, I can't complain.
Just me.
Aw. James Lindsay brought up an interesting point that I feel like I want to dig into a little bit more on my own, or maybe you guys know. But that's why I brought up that thing earlier when Kieran was talking about the AP style guide, is that in a way, yes, we should blame these companies for doing, say, Bud Light, Insanity, or whatever the fuck. But in a way, we shouldn't, because here's why. James's point, I think, was that their shareholders, their woke numbers, I can't remember whether it was their DEI, they won't get money unless their score is high enough for being woke enough, right? So I kind of feel like it's that similar thing. I'm not saying, write it off, but at a certain point, if the score system, if the money system, is you have to have a certain amount of people, you have to do a certain amount towards climate change, you have to do a certain amount towards trans, you have to do a certain, right? Then in a way, they're doing what they're supposed to do.
Look at this, by the way. Here's another beauty.
Oh no, we're just gonna go through there's so many. Oh no.
HRT.
There's so many
Yowza.
of these kind of selfies there.
Again, like I can't help but analyze the background, like remove them. Like this is quite a well-to-do house. I'm guessing probably elder parents that probably didn't have much to do in their upbringing, so they were left to their own devices. Like this, I don't know. There's something. Yeah.
Yeah, go back to that for a second.
Oh, sorry. Shit, I clicked out. Sorry.
No, it is a very nice, well-to-do background. It's like a sitcom background.
Yeah.
And they look old too.
And yeah, I imagine like a Nan coming in the back, like, what Muffy, like, because she's in her little BDSM getup, and the grandma's like just trying to come in and watch her stories. Like, what are you taking these? Who are you talking to? Thousands of people on the internet, Grandma. They call me she, her. Sorry.
Right, and it's never like,
Yes, dear.
seeing the reality of like as an example, like we were talking about earlier. Oh, the black culture. You don't really care about the black culture because as soon as someone black steps outside of that, you punish the shit out of them, right?
Yeah.
So the Tennessee guys, they got kicked out of it because of racism. Excuse me, 2 seconds ago, you wanted to burn Kanye to the fucking ground. You fucking liar. They don't care about black culture at all.
Parentheses, by the way, I have 2 special guests to bring in before it gets past their bedtime. They are elderly and all, but they
Oh my
won't, but,
goodness.
my parents are in the living room and wanted to say hi to everyone. So you guys talk for like 30 seconds while I move my shit in there.
Okay.
Wow.
Everyone talk amongst yourselves, but I can hear you, so don't talk shit about me because that'll hurt my feelings.
Oh,
Did
crap.
you guys see the really cute post Mikey did about his parents today
Yes.
or yesterday?
there
Whenever it
another
was,
one?
yesterday or today. It was about his mom saying that they were coming to visit and someone named Hubert was going to drive them. Did you read it?
I didn't see
No,
that.
but I like the name Hubert.
It was just a funny, like he does sometimes, a snapshot of their interactions, and by the end of it you realize that you can hear his dad yelling in the background, and she's like, Hubert, I don't know, the French Hubert, and then finally she's like, oh, Uber. Well, of course I don't know any Hubert, I'm an old lady. And like, anyway, the way he writes it out, it's so funny. It just cracks me up, like the way his parents interact and the way he shares little snippets like that. I think it's so funny and sweet.
My mom is peeing. 1 minute.
Oh
TMI.
my God.
You don't tell when a lady does any numbers.
She'll probably tell you more. I assumed her numbers. Okay, talk about yourself. 1 minute. I'll be right back.
Man, Mike Harlow is getting so old and so, I don't actually really like him in reality.
Mike Harlow is probably doing number 8 right now.
Quick.
No one's talking about you, Michael.
Hey, yeah. Okay, I'm going. I'll go.
The powder room. That's what you say. My mom's powdering her nose.
Exactly.
She's in the powder room.
Instead, Mikey announces she's going for a piss live on the internet.
Yeah, on the internet.
Yeah.
She's still in there. She must be taking a giant
powder.
nose powdering.
Yes.
Do not assume her numbers, Mikey. God.
What's going on?
Dad,
what are you doing?
This is the weirdest. We never even sang happy birthday.
Instead of maybe a week or 2.
Maybe we could sing when your parents come. Happy birthday.
What's that?
We never sang happy birthday to you.
This is a very unflattering angle, though. So I hope she is seated soon.
Yeah, we've all thought about that. We were all quietly judging you and your camera angle.
Judging me.
If we all sing at the same time, it'll be disjointed because of the stream.
Oh, Dad. Okay, 1 second.
I like your lighting, Kieran. Is that like you've got to help me with mine? Mine is just like fluorescent. It doesn't. I can never get it right.
Mine is cheap Amazon purchases.
Mm-hmm.
I have. Well, actually, they weren't that cheap. If I'm honest with you, they are I quite like the newer brands.
Mm-hmm.
So I have like these little light bars, and they connect
Cool.
up to your old Bluetooth, and I have one position. Usually I have one behind the monitor, but I got one behind the monitor over here, and then I can change.
I love it.
Color. What I'm trying to do is like I quite like having different colors depending on what kind of show I'm doing. So
Yeah, a mood.
my mood lighting.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I've got my dangerous mixing board here that has all these cool sound effects.
And Poetry Painter says, I like Peter's art. What is the art behind you, Peter?
Oh, I'm at work. I have no idea what this is.
Oh.
I just hid in a
He's
quiet
in an undisclosed location.
1 second, I'll be right there.
I just hid in a quiet.
Very
Wow. You never know what's on the other side.
Well, now you do. How's London or how's England, Kieran?
It's very wet, which is usually the line that starts most conversations about the UK. Very cold and very miserable. So yeah, it's great.
Who is what's her face? Katie what was it? Hopkins? No. Yeah. Is she the only one holding it down over there?
I don't know. I don't really follow too much of what she does. I know that she goes back and forth.
My friend just interviewed her last night. My friend Marie Busky is one of the knitters. Hey!
Hey! Everyone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Keri, Peter, Kieran.
Oh, look at that. Wow.
Wait, let me
Hi.
Hi, Mom and Dad.
How are you?
We're on with legends here.
Yes, yes. Thank God.
Speak for yourself. The great composer.
Peter, how are you?
I'm doing very well, but I missed you both very much.
Texas?
I love Texas. I've even hung out with Keri a few times.
They're in
Really?
Texas together, and we're stuck here still.
Keri, you mean you put up with this guy?
Oh, put up with him. Yeah. And we've hung out and done a funny video, and we got to hang out for a good dinner at Thanksgiving. And he got to play, and he played music with my husband. It was fun.
Oh,
He needs a cowboy hat, though. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
You have like 100 of them to give him.
I don't think, see, this is, I don't know if you can tell, but I have a gigantic head.
Mhm.
I just don't think, in fact, someone else commented recently, again, that it's mega mind.
Everyone in the chat is saying hi, by the way.
Right?
Hi, Mom and Dad. Hey there, Mike's parents. Hi,
Aw.
Mike. Hello, Mike's
everybody.
parents.
Peter, I gotta tell
Tina
you.
says we love you guys so much.
Oh,
Crash Mondo. Hi, Mom and Papa Harlow.
Hello, everyone.
Two of the most amazing people on earth,
oh,
Leah
my
says.
goodness. Wow.
Sorry, what were you saying?
I'm gonna come back. I was just gonna tell Peter he's a handsome devil, but
Yes.
they cut me off.
He is.
I know,
Doesn't he
look at
look
this.
good? Texas looks good on him.
Where in Texas? I don't know if Michael told you. I went to school at SMU in Dallas.
Oh, nice. I'm in Austin.
Oh, you're in Austin. How about you, Keri? Where are you living?
I'm I'm outside of Austin now. I'm in the country, but I can get there in about 45 minutes
Wonderful.
if I'm booking it.
I don't know why. Did you ever live in Dallas? I don't know why I thought of.
No, I used to live in Austin. Who was in Dallas?
I guess Michael
baby.
was there. Well, I went to school there, at SMU. But when Michael told me he was going to Texas, I thought he was visiting you in Dallas. I was living in Dallas for a while.
We got the whole family here.
Now
Yeah.
we've excluded
Our little
your buddy
dog.
in England.
I know he's stuck in England still.
I'm
know,
banned from coming back. They won't let me back in.
You know what's funny, by the way? Whenever they're here, they'll like talk to you guys on the phone sometimes. So with Peter, they're like, "We miss you." Keri, my mom is like, "Oh, we love you." When my mom and Kieran talk on the phone, they're just talking shit. They're just like roasting me the whole time.
Well, it's so easy to do,
Exactly. It's just endless material, Mikey. It's just endless.
How does it feel? How does it feel, you guys, to have a 48-year-old son? Does it feel strange or does it feel?
48. It wouldn't be bad. Listen, I got a birthday next month. So I don't tell them how old I am.
Be proud.
I'm going to be 92 next.
Oh,
Amazing. Amazing.
We all know, Mom, you were the trophy wife.
She was a trophy
I
wife.
was a trophy wife, but
Still a
There
trophy wife.
I'm 65, so I'm slowly catching up the trophy wife ladder.
Yeah.
Right.
You're becoming like, you mean
Exactly.
less of the trophy wife.
You're a matriarch now.
Yeah.
65. Another year, I got to get rid of her.
I met him when I was 20 years old. And I was singing then, and I turned to my piano player and I said, I'm going to marry that man. I don't know how, I don't know what, but I did.
How long have you been together then?
God
God,
almighty.
how many years?
40.
We didn't marry. We lived together
Almost 50.
in sin for 2 years. And then we married before we had Michael. And I don't know how
When
many
did you get married? Because they were both married
40.
to other people.
Yes.
How old were you the first time
No.
you got married?
You were divorced.
You were both divorced.
I was
Yeah.
How old were you got married the first time?
I was married to Eddie.
How old were you when you got married the first time?
18.
Oh my God.
Yep.
God, and I'm
On
like,
the demand of my father.
But so
Well-
this one, do you guys think it's going to work out, this marriage?
Keri
Yeah,
said,
this-
"Do you think this marriage will work out?"
They already
I think
did,
it's
baby.
already like 40 years, I
Yeah.
think.
Okay. Looking good.
I never had gray hair till I married her.
People always say they never understand because, like, you guys know, like, my mom and I are both kind of like, what would the word on the bitchy side.
Yeah.
But he's like,
No.
so I don't know.
Forget it.
I don't know how he ended up with
He's
us.
a new Catholic saint, Saint Herbert.
Don't believe it. Don't believe it. But, anyway, how are things in London? I worked at London Palladium ages ago with Liberace, of all people.
Wow. I've been lucky enough to spend many evenings there shooting gigs and things like that. So yeah, know Palladium very well. Yeah. So, but no, London is probably how you remember it. Dreary, wet,
a lot
rain.
of rain. I remember.
Yeah.
But there was a guy, I recorded a couple of people from London, of course, Dusty Springfield.
Yeah.
And well, her dad, Jimmy Roselli, he's an American, but we recorded in London.
Yeah.
There was a guy named Val Dunican. I don't know if that
Yeah.
the bell, but he was a pretty big star in London. I recorded everyone. When Moses came down from the mountain with the 10 Commandments, I wrote him a little exit music.
Somebody, Poetry Painter asks, are you guys looking forward to moving to Florida? We finally convinced it. You guys will see. I should have it out next month, probably. That we a while ago filmed the first episode of our making a documentary, How to Escape a Blue State. But we finally convinced him because he, like, you guys have lived here forever.
Well, I'll tell you a funny story. We're coming in today to meet Michael. Tomorrow's his birthday, old man. And so everyone, all these years, they told me New Yorkers are the most unfriendly people. It always pissed me off, I said, what are you talking about? New Yorkers are great, So anyway, we came in by the bus. The Uber was
Hey, Hubert.
The Uber. She said I was driving in with Hubert. But the Uber, whatever, however you pronounce, is like $300 round trip to get here.
Don't say
The bus was like $2.70. We decided to take the bus. But here's the funny thing I was starting to tell you. So
Florida.
we got off in the terminal, the Port Authority terminal, and I wasn't quite sure where we were, and Michael was coming to meet us. So we're on the phone. So I stopped a couple of people, or I tried to stop a couple of people, and I said, "Excuse me, sir, can you tell us what?" I walked right past me. Didn't even stop to talk. So,
Are they friendlier in Texas?
So,
Oh yeah. If
all-
somebody says "Excuse me, sir," like that, they'll stop to hear what
They
you have to
must
say.
thought I
Like
was
they'll
a-
help you.
Keri, they must have thought I was a panhandler or something. I
Right.
tried to 5 different people. They walked right past me. I was so upset. I said, "Here, I'm fighting for New Yorkers all these years.
No.
They're the rudest son of a
And they're
bitches I've
rude.
in my life."
So you're
I'm
excited?
so sorry.
I'm ready to go to Florida.
Yay!
I will also say this. Everybody from New York retires in Florida. When you go to Florida, you'll hear New York accents everywhere.
New Yorkers I've been avoiding all these years, I'm going to run into, right?
I'll tell you what else happens in when you get outside of New York. I don't know if Florida's like this, but Texas, man, I got my truck stuck in the mud once, and tires were spinning. It was in a ditch, trying to get it out. There had been a big rain. Random people just stop. One guy's like, "I've got a chain. Let me go home. It's just a few. Well, I'll go get my chain." Other guys got like, "I've got this other thing that we need with my truck." People just come and help you. You don't have to call AAA.
Where are we talking about?
In the country out here in Texas, just random
there.
people stopping to help you. Yeah, like, "Hey, do you need help? Do you need? Oh, well, let me go to my house and get this thing to help you with." What? Like, stranger?
You're
Okay.
in London now. They just stab you, right?
Not
They
if I
just
stab
stab
them
you,
first.
steal everything out of your truck, and leave you on the side of the
Oh
road.
no, no way! Oh my God!
Because they let all the, the religion of peace, they let them all in the country.
Is that true, Kieran?
Well, I find it's always best if you stab them first, and you can have a bit of a head start. So you just got to be quick on the old reflexes. It's all in the wrist.
On your knife, Kieran, does it say "It's Tuesday" in it? Is that what
No,
it says?
on my knife it says "Made in China" because we're only allowed plastic knives here.
It says Allah Akbar.
Right.
Keri, in New York, they just drive right past you. No one would stop.
Yeah, no.
I feel like they used to be friendlier
They
here.
wave,
right?
they wave at you, So
Place to live.
Don't you think they used to be friendlier here?
I know things have changed in New York, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's COVID or what the heck it is.
I'm here since I'm 20 years old. As a
Speak
avid
up.
New Yorker.
What did you think I was going to speak up? I said.
Never mind.
Because I don't know if it's the mic might suck.
Anyway, New York has gone down.
Well, Florida, I think people I know have moved there are really happy with getting some sunshine, the weather. Kind of like you're on vacation all the time.
Suntan.
Right.
Yep.
You like to look like a Coach bag.
Yeah, I love it.
If-
I do.
If we move to Florida, you guys going to visit us?
Yeah.
That's the end. That's the end of us. We're in the black hole.
What do you mean that's the end? None of us live in the same place now.
All right.
Thank you, Mike.
I've already got the martinis mixed. We've already discussed this.
Uh-huh.
We've got them sorted. So yeah, definitely. As soon as they let me back in the country, because currently, because I didn't take the clot shot, I'm not allowed in. I'm banned still.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What, because of vaccinations?
Mm-hmm. They won't allow anybody in that didn't take the.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Such a waste.
Unless they sneak through Mexico. So maybe, Kieran, if we could get you down to Mexico.
Well, you
Isn't
know,
it the Bahamas?
it's funny. So, I know obviously you're talking in jest slightly there. However, they've now, because they've removed Title 42, the kind of anyone that's kind of storming the southern border now can be allowed to go in, but now if they're not vaxxed, now they're being held in US paid detention centers. So that's where they're being put. The only way for me to get in the country is to go from London to the Bahamas, stay there for a couple of nights, and then get the boat to Fort Lauderdale, which is great. But that's like $2,000, whereas I can get a cheap flight from London to Florida for about $400 return.
Uh-huh.
And so when are they opening up the country? I thought it was going to be May or something. No.
Unfortunately, the travel. So there's it's very confusing because the travel ban is actually a presidential proclamation, which means it's not part of the public health emergency. So it requires a stroke of Biden's pen to be able to actually remove.
Wow.
How many people? By the way, today, sorry, it's kind of related. How many people today, and it's a hot day out here, how many people wearing masks on their face?
Oh,
yeah, quite a few.
Like half the people
Yeah,
you
quite
pass,
a
these
few.
people will never give it up. They will never take that shit
think
off.
it's such a waste of energy, time, everything. I've never worn a mask. I must say, I have not had the COVID.
No, you're the last one who hasn't.
Yep.
I finally got it. You've
Yeah.
had
We should
it.
have just had you. We should have just taken vials of your blood and just
Right.
spread it around.
That's true.
You and Keri, you're like are
Yeah.
God people in the house.
Oh, you.
Oh,
bet.
I've had the COVID.
You had it, yeah.
Yeah, I had
Oh,
it. We had a
mention-
bad version of it, me and my husband.
Oh yeah, you got it
Wow.
bad.
Oh, really? Oh, good.
Yeah,
I
we
had
lost
it.
our sense of smell and taste and everything, huh?
Anything. I didn't have any symptoms when I had the COVID, so
I got
I
nervous
was
when you had it, but then I remembered, oh, you're you, and you beat it in like a day. People always ask me. People always ask me how they're like, "How's your dad doing? Is he okay?" I'm like, oh, "He beat a heart attack. He beat everything. He's
Well,
like a tank."
He's a champ.
So you know, my mother used to say, "Don't give yourself a kin of horror." You know, in other words, don't tempt the fates. So far, I've been pretty lucky. You know, after I got Michael as a son and a beautiful wife, who could be luckier, right?
Ow! My heart! My heart!
And if you believe that,
Yeah, a dick on top of that. Marcia said based parents. That's a good thing. I don't know
That
how to
means-
explain what
It
based.
means
know what?
reality based. You're based in reality.
Reality based.
well, you know,
I actually.
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, sir.
Well, I was going to say I'm really excited tonight because this is the first telecast we've done where Ann hasn't cursed yet. You
Oh,
know?
I
She
did.
did. You just
I
Oh,
did.
you did?
One.
Oh,
That's
really?
two fuck words.
No. it
Oh,
wasn't.
God.
Just one.
Well, you just said fuck, so that's two fuck words.
Okay.
Totally.
I
So
don't
But we
worry.
haven't.
Yes, I love the Lord, but I don't think there'd be any stipulations on a couple of cuss words.
I need to send
Yeah.
you the I have a friend gave me for my truck a air freshener and it says I love Jesus, but I cuss a little. And I'm gonna
Oh.
send you one. You can hang it somewhere.
I mean, he did.
to Ann, please.
Yes,
Send two.
I'll take anything with
And-
Jesus is on it.
I think if God didn't want you to say words, they wouldn't exist.
Right.
What were you
I
gonna
mean,
say, Peter?
I mean, if Jesus turned over tables, right, of the money changer,
Yeah.
I mean, you can say D-bag from time to time. I think it's the same, you know, violent. Sometimes a table needs to be turned over, mama.
Right tools for the
Especially
right
with
time.
Italian.
Speaking of turned tables, I was wondering quick, do you remember, can you tell us any, since it's his birthday, can you tell us any Mike stories? Like, I want to know who gave him a ride to the Avril Lavigne video?
Oh my God. A cab.
A cab? Okay. What was his allowance every week for black eyeliner and
Oh, my
Well,
God.
You're terrible.
Now you're dipping into family secrets.
Hey, Pessy. Aw, happy birthday, Mikey. You wonderful sweetheart. Aw, I love you,
Yeah.
dude. We got to do another show soon. You and Peter need to hang. You guys would like each other.
bring it
I
on?
bring all my guests
Bring
together.
together?
I bring people together. Ooh, Charlie, you scared me.
All right.
That's a
well,
good question though. Are there any embarrassing childhood stories about Mikey
Michael-
or any embarrassing photos? Okay.
Michael has been one.
Anywhere when I was fat.
Michael has been one series of embarrassments.
Wow.
Oh,
Mikey.
Did I ever tell you the story about the midget?
Yeah, you told that the last
I
time.
told that the
I
last
have
time.
a clue about it.
Oh,
Wow.
okay. That's
Mike Harlow, a series of embarrassing events. I think.
that, I don't know. I can't think of anything really
There
embarrassing.
are too many.
Except that well, we used to go to school where we lived. The school was right across the driveway. My dear son could never get out of bed in time. So in order now, he was only, I don't know, what were you, about 10?
I don't know what you're gonna say. I'm nervous.
Well, when we used to,
Oh, tell them.
yeah. No, I'm keeping it clean now. So anyway, we were always late. So rather than walk all around the block, because coming out of our building, we were on 69th Street. So we had to walk up to West End Avenue, walk all the way over to 70th Street, down 70th Street to get into the school. If we walked out the back door and climbed over the fence, we were there in 3 minutes. All right. So we used to come out, go out the back door, climb. We were always late. This guy, I could never get him out of bed. So we'd climb over the fence and we'd just make it running. You know, I was a little younger then, you know, and we'd just make it. One day the principal caught us. Can you imagine me? I wasn't that young, you know. He catches me and Michael climbing over the fence. And
You're about my age.
I was
Yeah, well, you're 58 when you was born.
I was 50.
Don't tell people.
Yeah.
Let's say it again.
You're a young man, kid. You're a young
Michael,
Michigan.
you're so young.
But anyway, so to make a long story short, the principal chewed me out like I was a student there. You know, he's reading me my rights, and I said, but he didn't want to hear it. The next day, they put up those, those hooks they have, on fences.
They put barbed wire.
You couldn't do it.
They put barbed wire and these hooks that bend.
How did you know? Because you tried to go back and do it again after getting caught.
Climb over
That was him coming home.
So because that, he was late every day. He was late. You know, we couldn't climb the fence anymore. So I think the principal gave me like 3 demerits or something. I said, Christ, I'm 112. You read me my rights. But he was not one for school. I don't know.
Oh, no.
I don't know. But
They just indoctrinate.
but I'm proud of him, you know, with all the nonsense. He's a
went to
great kid.
Whatever.
When we went
Can
to
I-
La Scuola d'Italia,
No, please don't say the name.
there was a certain professoressa who used to say to him, "Get up and get out."
I would get thrown out of class. What were you saying, Peter?
Well, no, I was just going to say it's going to get a little mushy, but I just want to say I know you have a hard time with that, but I don't give a fuck. I'm going to love you whether you like it or not. Mike Harlow, I love you, and you're a very generous person, and having you in my life has enhanced. You've been a real friend and helped change the definition of it for me, and I just want to say I appreciate you very, very deeply.
That's so nice. That's really beautiful.
You're sweet.
Oh, whatever. I love you. I love all of you guys.
That's so nice.
Oh, you're
But,
the best.
Although I will end by saying I'm going to steal your parents. They're now my parents.
I get that a lot. A lot of people say they want to adopt you guys.
Hey, anytime. You better do it soon. I'm 92.
Oh, you're not going nowhere.
You have raised a very genuine, big-hearted son,
Oh,
like very genuine, and
He's
that's
good.
why I think, especially now, like people are so in this culture starved for authenticity and people who are genuine, and that's why people love Mikey. And yeah.
well,
Anyway.
well, it's true. He is.
Very
I
generous.
really am proud of that. You know, he tells it like it is. You know, and I like that in people. I hate these professional nice people. You know
Yes.
what I mean? Oh, hi Herb. Oh, you're so good looking. Oh, you're so full of crap. But
Hi, Hubert.
but
You're so good looking.
Hubert, right? But he always tells it straight. I love that about him. I like that in general, most people, but he's great that way.
See, I have a couple more birthdays ahead, and then I'm gonna have so much work done that my eyebrows will be on the back of my head, and I'll be all Botoxed. And then nobody can say I'm like genuine anymore because I'll be plastic.
No, you won't.
That's my plan.
You don't need any plastic. Hey,
You don't want me to do it. I don't want you to do it.
Are you guys planning to come to New York at all? Are we ever gonna see you guys?
I would come to Florida.
Will you come to Florida?
Yes, I will
You
come
will?
to Florida.
All right.
I have family in Florida, so I gotta go down there anyway.
Whereabouts?
Over on the West Coast. Or no, on the East Coast. Like in the Space Coast area.
Yeah, that's on the east. Ann's father used to live in Clearwater. That's on the West Coast.
That's where the Scientologists are.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
home of Scientology.
We should,
Wow.
Peter. We should go talk to some Scientologists there.
That place is creepy. They are creepy.
Really?
Just an opinion.
Why do you act surprised? You're like, really? Scientologists are creepy?
No, I'm talking about being in Clearwater.
Oh yeah, no, that's like their mecca.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know
Oh, yeah. There's a
But
great
I'm guessing
Scientology building where Travolta lived and lives, I think. And it's right. Don't ever let them get a hold of you because you can't get rid of them. That happened to me in Clearwater.
No.
they're like Ophelia Brooks.
Yes, you'd have to put on a MAGA hat to shake them.
Very funny. Very good.
All right, well, I should let you guys go. Well, I'm gonna go back in there with you guys.
Okay.
Everybody, I
Well,
want to keep you guys.
It's so
long.
nice talking to all three of
Nice
you.
to talk to you.
Great seeing
Hey,
you guys.
love you too, Peter, Keri, Kieran. Just
Lovely to meet you.
really, really great. I'd love
Love
to
you back.
love to see you in person. You know, we
Definitely.
could really dish.
Absolutely.
You
So
guys,
we'll make a.
I always
We'll
tell
make
you.
a.
Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say we'll make like a PowerPoint presentation of all the embarrassing moments
Oh my
and things
god.
like that.
Yeah. Nah, he's great. I think I embarrass him more than he embarrasses me
Anymore.
anymore.
I was gonna say,
No.
you guys never believe me, the both of you. When everybody loved our Oscars video, you guys never.
They
believed
love
me.
it, and they want you to do your own series. I've seen the comments, and they say it should be called "No Disrespect."
No, I love it.
But I mean that.
No, you
No.
don't.
You know,
No.
disrespect, but
No disrespect, but you're an a-hole.
Exactly.
You know, when I used to live years ago, way before he was born, before I even met Ann, we used to play cards. I lived in this building in Brooklyn, and we used to play gin. And this guy was screaming, and he didn't like the way I was playing. We were playing four hands, so it was partners. And whatever I threw out, the guy was bitching and moaning and everything. And he said, God damn it, we're losing money. If you can't play the game, I'm just cursing me out hour after. I couldn't believe. Finally, I said, I'm out of here. I can't do this. We lost some money, but it wasn't astronomical amounts. And I'm leaving, and the guy comes up to me as I'm leaving, and he says, nothing personal.
That's
Nothing
you.
but-
No disrespect.
So
no disrespect.
I don't want to make myself look bad, but I hit him right in the jaw.
Yeah.
He is, to this day, is always ready to like start fights with people.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
and then did you say no disrespect?
I was gonna
No
say,
No disrespect. And I've been through more.
Keri, I
fights with
did.
This guy.
We were walking one night, maybe like a couple months ago or something, outside, and there was some guy like who just like kind of looked shady or something, and my dad is like looking back at him like he's gonna. I'm like, relax, golden guys. Like,
That's for
Well,
sure.
you know what it is. I love people. I really do.
We don't.
I love
We
people.
Oh,
But-
we don't.
But I hate when people get obnoxious, and get aggressive.
Yet you're with
And-
us.
And when people get aggressive, I don't know, I used to be a pretty tough kid, 100 years ago. But I don't know, a bell goes off and I become a different person, So I'm always embarrassing Michael, So
Well, anyway, you guys,
anyway, look, I'm talking
everyone
too
loves.
much.
No. I was just gonna let you guys know everyone loves you guys so
Well,
much.
that's so nice.
Are you aware that you are loved?
I'm
And
not
we love
aware,
you
but
all.
but that's really
That
wonderful.
is no disrespect.
And-
We love you all.
And you three are just so beautiful. I mean, I feel I know you all from Michael.
Yeah.
And
Aw.
We know Peter.
well, Peter, of course,
Peter
I
we
know.
But
We go
Face
back a
to
little
face,
bit,
we don't know.
but I really don't know Keri, and I don't know Nielsen, and
Not face to face.
Kieran. I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
When we're in Florida, it'll be brilliant.
It'll be amazing, right? We'll have to plan a whole thing.
All right, we'll say
you know?
goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.
All right, you guys talk for 1 second while I walk in because I know I'm gonna
It's been great and a real
Hi.
all of you.
You guys
I
talk
love-
for 1 second while I walk in the
Hey,
other room.
we love the three of you. Mucho.
Aw.
Yeah, we're great.
Yes.
Okay, talk amongst yourself for 10 seconds.
He's
All
so
right.
funny. They're so cute.
So
They're
while that was going on,
absolutely.
Anne slipped me a load of embarrassing photos of Mikey. So I'm just
Oh,
going
yeah?
to
Cue it up.
I am getting tired. I'm going to tell the boy I got to go.
Yeah. We're
We're going on approaching 2 hours.
what have you been up to? We've been doing
Sorry,
yard
I just
work
dropped
and
everything.
stuff
I've been at-
outside and
I've been
had
at-
plumbers here.
Yeah, I've been at work, and then I also have some schoolwork to do before 11. So gotta
Oh,
get that
wow.
done. Yeah. I've almost finalized. I got my degree in audio production last year, but I've got also finishing a certificate in music business as well.
Woohoo, Peter.
Crushing
You're
it.
You're killing it lately. I just feel like there's like
All you guys are.
a new spirit in you.
Yes, and part of it is definitely the move to Texas, but
Good.
also, well, no, you know what? Fuck it. I was going to complain, but I'm not going to. Fuck it.
Good. The new spirit.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys are all crushing it.
Mhm.
Kieran's starting his stuff. You're doing a million things. You're hosting events. You guys are all. I'm so proud of all of you.
Oh yeah, how was mine?
Oh, it was great. I was very nervous because I had not hosted something before. That's Mikey's phone.
I thought it was the noise. I thought it was the voices in my head.
Yeah. But if anybody's listening who has
Am I getting
fears,
a call from China. Sorry, I just got a call from China. I've never gotten a call from China.
China.
They're asking for that plastic knife back I stabbed the person with.
Wait, sorry, I forgot to do
Did
not
they-
this there. Sorry,
they-
I'm sorry, Keri.
Did it have a picture of Winnie the Pooh?
No, I wish.
but yeah, I got over whatever fear of speaking, and every time I do something the first time I moderated a panel, that I was nervous because that was different. Then I did a few of those, got over the nerves. So this is the first time hosting something, and your brain just says, "Oh, this is different. You should be scared." And actually, I handled it really well, and I think prayer has helped a lot. I know that sounds cheesy. I'm like one of these cheesy Jesus people now, but I am, and I feel like the longer that I am a believer, and the more I'm starting to understand prayer and understand why people call it a relationship with God. And again, sounds cheesy to any non-believers, but it really helped me. Like going into, I felt very calm. Like my nerves were still there, but they were muted. It's hard to explain. And I was definitely like a little shaky during the first intro. I was a little, nervous, but it went away. And then it went away and I was totally at ease. And I would just say, like, even though if something scares you, if you think it's on the right path of things for you to do, so you can conquer a fear maybe, or what have you, just do it. Do that thing. And then that fear won't hold you hostage anymore. So that's a long answer, but it was great. And also I got to see and Alex Jones crushed 2 of the panels. That was crazy. I got to see a lot of great people. Jack Posobiec, Libby Emmons, Ian Crossland, Luke Radowski. I mean, there were a ton of great panelists. Peter Boghossian, I got to talk with him for a while the day before. So, Actual Justice Warrior came.
Oh, Sean.
He was great. Yeah.
I was just texting with him. I'm like, I gotta have him on again soon.
Yeah, I like him a lot. He's very smart.
Yeah, he's awesome. So what are you guys up to? What have you got coming up, Peter?
Well, I'll plug because then I got to go do some schoolwork.
Yes. Before you plug, allow me to say, if anybody has any remaining super chats, help me be a better grifter. Give me more members. I want to beat that guy who had the 2 cocks. I want to have 17 cocks. I want to have 17 members. So I have like 3 or 4 members. So send us your super chats. Help me grift. I'm going to grift my way to Florida.
Well, that call from China was informing you that it's the actual official year of the grifter. So
it's not. It's the year of the rabbit. Don't lie to people. I'm sorry. No, you're right. It is the year of the grifter.
I wonder if I left a voicemail. Call from China.
Yeah.
What if you had a friend?
Check the voicemail. It's like,
Wait,
I literally just did that because we don't get to do that, and so I'm going to do it just to piss them off.
Okay, I'm going to check if they left a voicemail.
Karen, Karen, I was going to say, what if you had a friend like that like never picked up any jokes or sarcasm and just took everything? But actually, some autistic people I know are like that, where they don't get a joke. Like, so if you say it's the year of the grifter, they would be like, no, it's the year of the rabbit.
See,
Like,
I'm the other way around. I just don't really deliver anything with any change. I'm just as dry as anything. That's just how I deliver any joke. And it's great because if I say something wrong, I can just I'm being sarcastic. Why didn't you laugh?
Yes.
That was a joke.
It's a good delivery.
What was Ellison asked, what was that? What was that like? Being a Christian is a bit scary sometimes these days. I'm not sure what the what is.
She's talking to Therese, who said she's old enough to remember when you could be a Christian out loud. Yeah. Yeah,
seriously. Yeah, screw anybody who doesn't like that.
Peter, you have to take off.
Yes, get to your plugging. I should wrap stuff up. Hey, Fit Dad Chris. We're just wrapping up. I wanted to say hi to you. So yeah, I don't know if anybody's like me, so we're gonna watch a movie tonight. I was like, I've never been alive without the Phantom of the Opera being on Broadway, and I had no desire to see it, no interest in it, and now that it just closed, I feel like a need to see the Phantom of the Opera. So we're gonna watch the movie tonight. I've never seen it.
Nice.
I think stupid gays always want what we can't have.
This is true.
So go on, Peter. Plugging.
I just released an episode of my weekly show, Conservatish, with this week was The Legal Therapist. And she's a lesbian, libertarian, former comedian. Well, actually, she's still a comedian, and also future therapist. And we talk about abusive females and therapy and self-love and how amazing I am. So go watch that on YouTube, Rumble, or Spotify, or iTunes. That's on me on Instagram. Yeah, it's a good one.
Legal therapist?
The Legal Therapist, yeah.
So she give like therapy with legal?
Well, I guess you got to watch to find out. No, she's just a law-minded. She's won a couple of free speech cases that were, we didn't actually really talk about that very much, but yeah, she's a smart woman. Yeah, so there's that. And then you can find me on Instagram at Peter_Feliciano. And you can find me on Twitter at Rule62Peter.
Kieran, how about you? Do the plug-in.
Well. We have, I've launched the Crowdsource podcast, which is on Saturday. I'm a little bit rusty because I'm trying to think when it is because it's a new show. And that, we just do a really fun little rundown of the news, and it gives the audience an opportunity to actually set the editorial tone of things. They can pitch their stories and things like that. And so we have that, and we're doing the morning slot because not many people do morning slots. So I wanted to sort of have something there when people are, you know, and it's on a Saturday as well. So it's something that when you wake up on Saturday morning, you can listen to. So that's at 10:30 Eastern. 10:30 Eastern in the morning, over on my YouTube or Rumble. And yeah, woke screen, of course. I won't bore you with it now because it's just it's a long. I need to get the elevator pitch. That's what I need to do. But it's basically, you know, creating and individualizing the Cultural Revolution and pushing back and everything like that. I'm finding a few bugs with the store and everything, but apart from that, everything's going great. And then we're going to be launching the actual platform soon. But yeah, and also just writing loads of stuff over at Substack. We got music news, all that stuff. So we're really sort of doing the cultural platter. So yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Follow his stuff. How about you, my beloved?
Actually, Peter and I just last month, the month before, released our first comedy video on the Deprogram channel, and just very happy to have Peter act in it with me. It's called Woke Therapy. Please go give it a watch. We have other things in the works or different sketches that we plan on doing on Deprogrammed, which I'm excited about. And I heard that you can watch the whole Minds panel that we mentioned that I hosted this weekend on Rumble. I believe the whole stream is out now. If anybody's interested in watching it, it was panels and music and comedy. And what else? You can catch me at Real Keri Smith on pretty much any platform, including YouTube. That's where you find Deprogram. If you're in Texas and want to come to the next house concert, send me an email, deprogrampod@gmail.com. That's it.
I'm so proud of you guys, everything that you're doing. To everybody watching, if you have made it this far into the stream, what is the hashtag of this? What comprises this whole experience of the last 2 hours? Peter, I know you're going to have something filthy to say.
Leave Adam alone.
Yes! If you have made it this far in the episode, tweet at us, hashtag leave Adam alone. This was the best birthday eve ever. You guys are my family. I love you guys so much.
You didn't ask all of us the hashtag, because mine would be hashtag a series of embarrassments, hashtag no disrespect.
Hashtag a series of embarrassments. Tweet us all of the things if you have made it this far. No disrespect.
There you go.
I love you guys so much. Thank you so much.
I think I would have to simply, you know, go on the Adam train. I think I just need to simply put Je suis Adam.
We're all Adam.
Yeah, Je suis Adam. I think.
By the way,
yeah.
As soon as we get off, I am like looking him up. I will find that guy.
Hey.
I will have a very special episode.
Mikey, you know me. If it's on the internet, I'll find it.
You are you're accomplished at finding.
I want to write a piece about this now, because this woman is disturbing. Ophelia.
I want to do some, like, you know, prequel fan fiction.
Yes. Absolutely.
I love you guys so much.
New Substack coming soon.
Thank you guys all so much for being here. Thank you for watching. I love you all. Mwah. Good night, my lover.
Birthday, Mike.
Happy birthday.
Thanks for the laughs.
I love you.
Bye.